It was a gorgeous afternoon for us here in central Missouri. We topped out at 54 degrees, even warmer for your Saturday. We'll talk about that coming up.
The area and the people are very, very positive, and they wish you nothing but the best.
Jefferson City is a good place to start a business. The secret to success might come as a surprise.
1 week removed from a racism-driven incident, students unite to reflect on the past and look towards the future.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
A unity celebration a week after a hate crime got the community talking about diversity. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jem Reed.
And I'm Mark Kelly. Thanks for joining us. Students and community members are gathering on the steps of Jesse Hall right now to celebrate Unity Day. That's where we find KOMU8's Chad Mira. Chad, tell us about the event.
Well, the whole purpose of tonight's event is to show togetherness. People coming are encouraged to wear blue because that signifies unity. Students filed into the Black Culture Center earlier today to sign a unity board, and now the student president of the NHCP is about to sing the Black National Anthem to kick the event off. He believes that the town hall meeting, a unity celebration, and tonight's celebration all really says something about our community.
It shows that when you really want to unite, it can happen. So there's no excuse for anything not to get done for unity, because this right here represents how fast we can mobilize as a community.
This event isn't just focused on the cotton ball crime from a week ago. Christian wants to make it clear that everybody who is interested in embracing unity is invited tonight. Reporting live outside Jesse Hall, Chad Mira, KOMU 8 News.
Okay, thank you, Chad. The vigil isn't the first Unity Day event. As KOMU8's Rachel Glazer shows us, students have been celebrating diversity all day long.
1 week after cotton balls scattered the lawn and bushes of MU's Black Culture Center, 6 student organizations came together to create a celebration, Pick Unity Day. Students came up with the idea to celebrate unity and diversity, but also to reflect.
In itself was an offense against diversity. And it was an offense to the campus at large.
Students united to find the positive in an unfortunate act.
Really angry, and then at the same time really undertones of sadness were there too. And now today I feel as though it's much lighter, things are going much better. People are happy that progress has been made as far as the vandals being caught.
To celebrate, students made posters to sign and passed out buttons reading, Pick Unity. But for many, Unity Day is just one step in the healing process.
It was great that we had this discussion and, everybody got to vent and everything, but we don't have a solution.
A process that will take some time.
I think we're moving past it. I don't think we've moved past it to put it as in past tense, but I believe that we are progressing. I believe that as we're moving, we're growing stronger, united together.
Rachel Glazer, KOMU 8 News, Columbia.
The cotton ball story brought up an interesting question in our newsroom: to show or not to show. Visuals are a critical aspect of any news story, but when it gets controversial, video may not be the first choice. In this week's Your View, KOMU 8 Sarah Hill shows us why we made an important decision not to show visuals from the cotton ball incident.
Welcome to Your View. Last week's incident of racial vandalism at MU's Black Culture Center provided a peek into how some journalists cover stories differently. KOMU has followed the story since the initial disturbance.
I was just inside the meeting where the question and answer session is taking place.
Covering the town hall meeting this week and the arrests of 2 students thought responsible for the act. But one thing you didn't see on KOMU: video of the cotton balls on the lawn of the Black Culture Center. And that was on purpose. KOMU also published the story online without images of the actual cotton outside of the center. KOMU was the only local TV station that didn't show that video. Why?
We didn't end up showing video of the scene, didn't go over and shoot it, so didn't have the option to show it. And the reason for that was I just couldn't see any reason to take an act that hundreds of people saw on campus and broadcast it to thousands, because then wouldn't that really be what the people who put it there wanted, to publicize it as widely as possible? So I thought we could cover the story, talk to the police and what they were doing, talk to campus authorities and what they were doing, but do all that without showing the video.
This is a form of crime, of course, but it's different in that it's crime intended to send a message. And so when we focus on the imagery of hatred, I think we end up spawning more hatred.
So what do you think? Should KOMU have shown video of the cotton balls? Log on to KOMU.com and click on the Your View tab. You can also call our Your View comment line at 573-884-NEWS. Then watch Friday nights at 6 as we report your view of the news.
After a mild weather day across central Missouri, we fall back into temperatures that are fairly comfortable.
Race to the top. The federal grant program for schools is a moonshot for public education, says the state education commissioner. But the state fell short this week when the U.S. Education Department denied Missouri grant money. Missouri submitted a $743 million budget to improve public schools. The grant money would improve curriculums, expand technology, and focus on lower performing schools. The Education Department says the money wouldn't fix everything.
Our view is that any money we get under Race to the Top is not going to be, a structural solution to the budget challenges that Missouri is having today. This is going to be some supplemental money.
Missouri was not a finalist in this first round of grant money, but will try again in the next round. An electrical malfunction caused more than 1 million gallons of untreated sewage to spill into a Fulton Creek. The spill happened when a pump failed at a lift station. DNR staff members are overseeing the cleanup.
Today, Premier Bank announced it will sell all 3 of its Columbia locations. First State Community Bank will be the new owner, but the majority of the branch employees will keep their jobs. Premier CEO says the decision comes after the company experienced heavy losses the past 2 years. Premier doesn't have any plans to sell its other locations throughout Missouri. 4 months ago, Fortune magazine named Jefferson City as one of the top 20 cities to start business for the small metro area category. KOMU8's Christy Millward shows us one reason businesses keep coming to mid-Missouri.
Although Jefferson City has a low cost of living and numerous programs to help small businesses, in this 8 on Your Money report, I found that people open their shops in the state's capital for another reason. Both stores opened within the past 6 months, and Cadillac Inc. actually had their ribbon cutting this afternoon, and they plan to have a grand opening sometime next month.
Okay, thank you, Christy. Have you ever wondered what the inside of a prison looks like?
If you have a free hour, you can take a look inside. Handcuffs not included.
And we haven't seen any precipitation so far in the month of March, but we do have some on the way in the extended forecast. I'll have the details coming up next on KOMU 8 News at 6, coverage you can count on.